So it's August 7th, 2026, and I'm about to celebrate a milestone. So 1 year ago, tomorrow, my second book, Leading Change in the Era of AI, was released into the world. I'm thinking a lot about how much has changed this past year since this has been out in the world. And what's interesting is at the end of the book, I talk about the forthcoming release of ChatGPT 5. Now, there's no way I could have known exactly when that was going to drop. And I remember there being a lot of rumors about when that would be. I hit submit on the manuscript publication submittal process, I think on August 6th. And for those of us who have self-published, you go into a little bit of a limbo, this waiting game. You're not sure when it's going to get finally approved and when it sort of hits the catalog. And so it hit the catalog on August 7th, and it was officially published on that day. And so it hit the same day that ChatGPT 5 was released. And there's no way I could have known that. But it makes me think about how much has changed this past year. I think we're now on ChatGPT model 5.6 Soul. And we're talking so much about the frontier and these frontier companies and these frontier models. And I'm pretty sure we haven't used the word frontier this much, probably since 1804, when the Lewis and Clark expedition was underway for the Corps of Discovery. And there's so many things that we couldn't have anticipated this past year. I mean, just this week and last week, we were talking about how agents have broken out of these frontier models and essentially hacked other companies. And there's been all sorts of security incursions without the human intervention and oversight. We're also talking about open weight models versus closed models. These topics are not just academic. They are national, international policy discussions. They're diplomacy discussions. They're humanity discussions. And I think back to a time when I put this out in the world and I wasn't sure how it was going to be received. And a few things that I'm learning recently from many readers is it's evergreen, meaning the more time passes and the more things happen, the truer it feels and the truer it reads for a lot of people. And that brings me a lot of joy and a lot of pride as an author and as someone who feels very strongly about this call to action, for creating systems that amplify empathy and foster inclusion and prioritize meaningful, purposeful change alongside innovation. I think those two things can coexist if we pay attention and if we don't let go of all that is meant to be human, meant to be ours, meant to be all of us in community. My tagline for a while has been heartbeats over haptics, and that stands truer than ever. So on the eve of August 8th, the 1 year anniversary of the publication of the book, I just want to say thank you to all of you who have supported, who have ordered, read, shared. And for those who haven't, you can always jump on Amazon and get a copy. Feel free to do so. Reach out to me, send me a note, let me know your thoughts. One thing I know is truer than ever. We all have a say in our future. And I'm personally proud and even more energetic about leading change in this era of AI as these events arise and we continue to have deeper, more meaningful discussions. So thank you for your support, and we'll talk to you soon.